Good afternoon. Had to look at the time there to see where we were at. Definitely feels like a lot later in the day, but anyways, welcome to my spiel on intuition. I've been really diving deep into medical intuition this past week. And thank you to the brave souls out there who have been letting me dive deep into your energy field. It's been really fun and informative. I've been somewhat accurate. I'm getting better. And I've been able to pull from my nutrition knowledge, from what I'm seeing intuitively. So it's been a nice compliment having the nutrition background in my back pocket. So I do thank those individuals who have been coming forth and letting me explore. So the first thing I wanted to bring up was getting really intuitive with what your body is craving. So I know for myself, I'm always going to be using myself as examples, and I forgive me for if this sounds selfish, but it's what I know. I'm using from my experience. So in the last little bit, I've been really, really craving apples, and it's like such a strange craving. Like it's definitely not one that I've had in the past. Like it's not chips or chocolate or like something like wine or something. Like it's nothing of that nature. It's a healthy craving, so I got really curious with it, and I had the good old medical medium. I'll just show you his book. So this is a Life-Changing Foods, and it's by the medical medium Anthony William. I almost forgot his name there. I just call him the medical medium. And I looked up apples, and I was kind of blown away from what's going on with my craving with apples. So they're an anti-inflammatory food. Yeah, okay, got that. I know I've got major inflammation in my body, which I've been working on for the last year. They are a brain food. They have anti-obesity properties, and I've never really heard that about a food before, but I can kind of see that. They reduce heavy metals and radiation. They detox those kinds of things from the body. They detox things like MSG from your brain, of all places. MSG goes past the blood-brain barrier, if you didn't know that. So if you go to a lot of Asian cuisine type places, unfortunately, they use MSG for flavor in their cooking. So yes, detoxing MSG from the brain, cleansing organs, especially colon, which I will get into, but improving circulation in the lymphatic system, repairing damaged skin. I've had like quite the breakout in the last little bit. Regulating blood sugar. I know my blood sugar goes up and down with stress and all that kind of stuff. And colon cleanser gets rid of bacteria, yeast, and molds. So super crazy, like all that an apple can do. Of course, he recommends a red apple. I've been eating green apples, but anyways, the red, I guess, because of the color of the skin. Obviously, organic is what he's after. But yeah, just super cool. Getting really curious and exploratory about certain cravings, and certainly trying not to judge them if they are apples or chocolates or potato chips or whatever it may be. There's definitely some sort of meaning behind that certain craving. It's what the body is missing, and what it needs more of, or what needs to be done. So in my case, more cleansing, more detoxifying, that sort of thing. So that's number one. So getting really curious with cravings. Number two, I've got listening to your body. So I've been having a lot of different conversations with clients and friends and family. And in particular, two conversations really stick out. So the one person, she has been really burning the candle at both ends, and doing work, doing school, doing kids and husband and all this kind of stuff. Very busy individual, super high achiever, type A type personality. And I think I had asked her, well, because she was coming to me, what do I do about this? What do I do that? I said, well, what do you think it is? And like right away, she's like, sleep. Like it's gotta be sleep, So you know exactly what you need to do in order to heal or to get better or to make that next step. So I invite you to really tune into that intuition of what you know that you need to do instead of going to, a gazillion naturopaths and healers and all these types of people. And I'm totally putting myself out of business, but I'm just saying, like, or even if you bring that information to your naturopaths, to your nutritionists, to your healers and say, this is what I think it is, then that can sort of direct them on a clearer path. So I invite you to do that. I invite you to really tune in, get quiet, meditate, close your eyes, turn off your phone, turn off your TV, your computer, your anything that can distract you, and just get quiet with yourself. And you'll be amazed at what your higher self or what answers will start percolating in your brain, in your aura, in your experience, if you will. And so that's 3. Sorry, I sort of missed that. Getting quiet, getting curious, just being in your own energy and seeing what pops up. And most of the time you'll get an answer. And number 4, it's like kind of a no-brainer, but I do also have to remind myself at times, because if you do identify as an empath, from my experience, when it comes to food, we tend to use food to comfort. We use food because we know it's always there. We use food to self-soothe because maybe it's something we've done as kids. Maybe mom and dad gave us food when we were feeling sad, that sort of thing. So really look at your relationship to food. And where intuition pops in is that if you are empathetic, you generally have pretty decent intuition. So using your intuition and talking to your inner self, talking to your higher self. Okay, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? What's happening? Am I bored? Am I sad? Am I happy? I don't know. I guess it doesn't always have to be bad, but just really looking at those kinds of things before you have that second muffin or that, second row of chocolate or whatever it is. I know often we mistake being thirsty, we don't recognize we're thirsty, so we just eat. Whereas if we pound, look at me, I'm really on top of my water game here. I've got hot tea and I've got my full Yeti. So really hydrating, pounding a glass of water, taking a glass of water, and then reevaluating whether you really are hungry. And I think it's Michael Pollan, and I could be wrong. If it's not him, it's in one of these health-related books. They were saying, like, if you're not hungry enough for an apple, you're not really hungry. So I always try to use that analogy. Like, I kind of will ask myself, like, am I hungry for an apple? No, I'm not hungry for an apple. I'm actually really thirsty, so I'm gonna have some water. All right, so those are the 4 things. So really tuning into cravings that you're having. You don't necessarily have to get this book. You can always just Google things online. Listening to your body, getting quiet. Number 3 is getting quiet with your body, getting really curious as to what's going on behind the scenes. And number 4, making sure you're staying hydrated, not mistaking your thirst for hunger, hunger for thirst. Yes, that's my 4 tips for tuning into your intuition. All righty. Have a great rest of the day.